Hey, Alvin. Can you hear me? Let's see how I answer that. Kind of yes, kind of no. Okay, good. So, how has your day been? Gotta take Taylor out of my ear. Been okay? Slept in. Nice. Really haven't done much. Just got done eating lunch. Ooh, timed that right. How have you been? Hot. The back of my shirt is actually wet. That hot. Yes, I have. I put it in my ears when I walk back and forth to the store. I usually start able to stay long. Power is out and it's storming here. Oh God, well be safe. Live. Okay, guys, I'm going to mute my mic for a second and I'll be right back. And hello, Robert. Okay, I don't know exactly how to start this. I walked over to the store today. It is extremely hot, which is why I am sweaty. Sweaty like Aunt Betty. I have walked to the store almost every day for the last 3 weeks. My car has been broke down for a month. Now, going every day may seem like a bit much, but when you're walking, you can't carry a whole lot. So you end up having to go every day to get the stuff you need. Humid as hell, yeah. But this thing happened to me today, and it has eat at me and just bothered me to no end. I walked over to the store. This is Sunday. Okay. And I walked over to the store. And I walked past this car when I'm almost to the store. And it was a woman I knew. And we waved at each other. And I kept walking. And then I got what I needed and I started back by and I saw her roll the window down. So as I was walking by, I stopped and we spoke to each other. And the normal, hey, how you doing? How you been? Kind of thing. And something about me walking came up. I said, well, my car's broke down, so that's why I'm walking back and forth to the store. And her response was, well, that happens. But God always provides for us, don't he? Okay. My entire response to what she just said was this.
My response would have been?
No, I'm just now telling them the story. Okay? But God always provides for us, don't he? I am walking in 90-degree weather back and forth to the store, carrying stuff from the freezer, hoping it doesn't melt or spoil or whatever before I get home in this heat. She is sitting there in a car eating food, wait for it, eating food from the church that she just came from. How do I know that? Because she told me it was church food. She never offered me a ride. But what she had to say was, but God always provides for us, don't he? I have been walking for the last month because my car has been broke down. They can't figure out what's wrong with it. Yes, we've put new parts on it, and that's not helped, okay? I tried to get a loan so that I could get me a car. I got turned down, even though I have a really good credit score. The people around me either don't have a car or just don't want to help. And all the people, I'll put it this way, 95% of the people that went flying by me today were coming home from, wait for it, they were coming home from church, either going home or going to the store, the same store that I was walking to. So these church-going, God-fearing, God-loving, Bible-living Christians all went flying by me, didn't ask if I needed help, watched me walk to the store, watched me walking home carrying groceries, and not one of them, not one, stopped to help. Not one of them even offered help. They didn't stop to see if I needed help. Yes, Landon, they do. This is the problem I have. This is one of the many problems that I have with people when they say things like God provides for us, everything in God's time, God will meet you halfway, everything for a reason. We may not know the reason, but God has a reason. Okay, this is one of the things that I was talking about when I said before that I had lost my faith. Situations just like this, where I'm doing everything I can and more. Holier than thou, yeah. Loving religion. Yes, exactly. It's supposed to be a loving religion. But all these good Christian people went right by me today and never offered to help. They didn't stop to see if I needed help. They saw a woman walking beside the road because they're not real Christians. Yeah. You see a woman walking beside the road carrying groceries and you don't stop to see if she needs help.
Not even a pervert.
Yeah, not even a pervert. Yeah. And I'm not being sarcastic or mean. I'm just telling you the truth. This is what I am dealing with. And I don't mean to be bitchy, but this is the thing with religion that really eats at me. These people act like they're great Christian people. They go to church every Sunday, but they don't ever help. When I had a working car, and I promise you, I've not been to church in for hell and ever, okay? But that doesn't change the way I treat people. Okay, I have actually stopped, turned around, and went back to talk to people that were walking to see if they were okay, to see if they needed a ride. And yes, I have actually given some of those people a ride. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Wild Bill. There's just no reason for it. There's no reason. If you are truly what you say you are, why would you treat people that way? Okay, and I'm not trying to piss anybody off or offend anybody, but this is why I no longer believe that the God I was taught about growing up, it's supposed to be the God in the Bible, loving, forgiving, merciful. This is the God that everybody worships in the Christian faith. Where is he? This God that's supposed to be providing for us. I don't see him. I don't see him at all. No longer makes sense to me. I don't want to be treated differently than the way they treat you. And some people are just assholes. Totally agree with that. And definitely not in a good way. Yes, exactly. I don't believe that there's a God that meets me halfway. They want to be treated good, but they treat people like shit. Yes, exactly. Um, I don't believe that there is a God that meets me halfway, because if there was, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in. You would have given me a ride. I believe that. I really do. Uh, if there was a God that met me halfway, I would have already had what I needed, because I've done more than my fair share. And I know I don't normally talk religion, and this is why. Well, this is one of the reasons why. Because I no longer believe what most people around me believe. Well, that's because you're a good person, Wabil. Because I was taught my whole life about that loving, merciful, forgiving God that meets you halfway. And I have not seen him. I have not, and I don't mean physically seen. I mean just in the essence of life. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen his presence. Can't get out of, not easily, that is. Yeah. Um, and I know this will offend some people, and some people will stop watching me, and that's okay, because we're all allowed to believe whatever we believe. And like I said, I don't mean to offend people. There are just things that don't make sense to me. If there's a God that meets me halfway, why am I still walking? If there's a God that meets me halfway, why did nobody stop to help me today? There were hundreds of people that went by me today, a lot of them coming from church. And God didn't put it on anybody's heart to stop and help me? And there are things that just eat at me like, and you guys can look this up, Jephthah, Jepthah. He's a man in the Bible. Look up his story. And after you look it up, talk to me about it. He sacrificed his only daughter to God. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. His only and virgin daughter. Yeah, exactly, Alvin. Um, okay, so the loving, merciful, forgiving God that is all about love allowed this man to sacrifice. This is a burnt sacrifice, okay? A burnt virgin sacrifice to God. God allowed this. God accepted a burnt virgin sacrifice. How is that loving? How is that merciful? I'm not kidding. It's in the Bible. He didn't have to let him do it. He could have said, no, I know in your heart you were gonna. You don't have to. But he didn't do that. He let this man burn his virgin and only child as a sacrifice to him. To me, that's not a loving, merciful God. Hard for me to praise God when I get help from a caring, loving person. Yeah, I get it. You have the right to believe the way you want to. Thank you, Wabil. I don't get it. That makes no sense to me. I mean, there was the whole Abraham Isaac thing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the Abraham and Isaac thing the one where God asked him to sacrifice his son? And then at the last second, he knew in his heart, he had basically already done it in his heart. So he stopped him from sacrificing his son. So why didn't he do the same thing for Jephthah? And no, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but it's Jephthah. Thank you, Alvin. Yeah, I get it. I just read the statement before that. Yeah, I get it. I feel the same way, Alvin. That just got me when she looked at me and in all honesty said, but God provides for us, don't he? God always provides for us, don't he? That's what she said. Okay, where's the providing? Okay. And I lost another one. Bible study with my sister fairly recently, about a month ago. Explain to me why she doesn't believe in a loving God either, just like you. Ah, okay. I just don't get. There's too many bad things, and I mean in the Bible, that are, for me, unexplainable. One being him letting that man sacrifice his only child, who was a virgin, which means he don't have any grandchildren. So he sacrificed his only child, and God let that happen. And see, here's the thing. The guy had said he was going into battle, and he had told God, if you let me win, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not quoting. If you let me win, I will sacrifice the first thing that runs out my door up to me. Okay, he had a crap ton of animals, and they were always running out the door to him when he went home. Yeah, okay, so that's what he thought. He was positive that one of his animals was going to run up to him, and that would be the animal that he sacrificed to God for allowing him to win the battle, which God wanted him to fight. Okay, now God is omnipotent. I think that's the word. He knows everything that is, was, and will be. So God already knew his daughter was going to be the one that ran out to him. Okay. Now, he knew in Jephthah's heart, once the battle was over and he had won, he knew when he went home, his daughter was going to be the first thing that ran out to him. And he knew that he was going to sacrifice her. And even she was like, you made the promise. I'm willing, give me some time. So he gave her the time she needed, and then he went to sacrifice her. He did sacrifice her, but here's the thing. Just like the Abraham and Isaac thing, God knew that he was going to sacrifice his son. And when he raised that blade, God knew in his heart he had already sacrificed him. So he stopped him and didn't make him sacrifice him. Why didn't he do the same thing for Jephthah? He knew in that moment, right when he was about to sacrifice her, he knew in his heart he had already done it. He knew he wasn't going to stop. So why didn't he do the same thing and say, wait, in your heart, you've already done it, and that's good enough. No, he let this man sacrifice his virgin daughter, his only child. So he accepted a burnt virgin human sacrifice. What the hell? And this is the loving God that Christians worship. Maybe I should have done that in quotes. This is the loving God that Christians worship. It makes no sense to me, none whatsoever. It used to make sense to me before my mind opened. Well, opened more than what it already was. But when you really, really look at it, there's some things you just cannot explain. He's supposed to be a loving, merciful God, but he allowed that to happen. He's supposed to provide for us. He's supposed to meet us halfway. If he sees that you're willing to do for yourself and not just expect him to hand it all to you, he's going to meet you halfway. That's what I was taught my whole life. So where is he now? Because I'm doing way more than my part. But he is not sending me anybody. He is not providing what I need. Taught that your whole life too. Yeah. It just makes no sense to me. And I think it's almost like a brainwashed thing. You're taught it your whole life, so you believe it, and you're too afraid to question it, kind of thing. Or some people are just, it's drilled into them so much that they never think to question it. But if you do start to question it, one, it's going to scare the hell out of the people around you.
RTS.
Yes, RTS. Religious trauma syndrome.
They're basically scaring you into worshiping him.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Basically, they scare you into worshiping him. My sisters were taught that as we grew up as Christians, yeah. And it wasn't until my sisters were in the mid to late teens, they really started, wait, I lost my place, questioning their faith and stopped believing. Yeah, like racism. Yeah. Okay, for the record, I'm not trying to get anyone to question their faith. I would never do that. It just makes no sense to me anymore. Hey, that one comment from her when she said that to me about God always provides for us, don't he? I'm walking everywhere I go.
Just like Jeebus. Sorry, it was typo. Jesus.
Yeah, just like Jesus. Well, even he rode a donkey at some point. I don't even have a donkey. Just saying. No, I get it. Even if you weren't having this conversation right now, I had already started questioning my faith many, many months ago, to be honest. Calvin.
See if you can help get us a ride or something.
We don't know if she's even home.
We just have to take that risk.
I'm going to end up having to go because I need to go somewhere else, which looks like I'm going to be walking too. I really don't want to have to walk all the way up there, but
I don't either. Again.
yeah. Yeah.
If we do go,
Uh-huh. Thank you, Alvin. Yes. Braces would be nice, yes. And honest to God, guys, my shoes are coming apart where I've walked so much. That's okay, Wild Bill. If you live closer, I know you would help. It's just that I wouldn't want you to be that far away from your parents because I know they need you.
they gave birth and raised him. What else do they need him for?
Well, because now they're old and sick and they need him to take care of them.
They didn't ask to be born.
Oh.
It was a choice they made. We could have had
In the heat of
abortion.
summer myself. Well, I like a little bit of heat, but oh dear God. When I came in from walking to the store and back, my shirt is still not dry, okay? That's how hot I got. I was soaking wet with sweat. So, thank you to all those good Christian people who were coming from church who stopped to help me. Oh, wait, that's right. None of you did. Now, to anyone who sees this and the humidity, yeah. Painfully hot, yeah. They suck. Yes, yes, they do. Oh, God. Oh, I'm so sorry, Alvin. I know it gets bad here sometimes. We all live so far away and can't help each other when we need it. Yeah, I agree, Robert. Oh, wait, I was going to say something. To anyone who sees this, any questions I had about anything in the Bible, if you have an answer, an actual answer, please feel free to put it in the comments. Never ask for anything in return, ever. Thank you. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to go. Because I have to go somewhere. And if I'm walking, it's going to take me around 4 hours to get there. Yeah. But I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for not running the other way. All right. I love you guys. And that's going to do it for now. This is Ice Pets Queen, and I am tripping out.